Hi SpunOut, my name's Blathnaid and I'm from North County Dublin and I'm here to talk to you about matters of transvestitism.
She doesn't even know who I am, what I'm like. She's never even spoken to me, wouldn't even give me the chance, she wouldn't even look at me.
Well, I'm from a place called Rush. It's kind of like in North County Dublin. It's really kind of rural and quiet. I suppose I grew up kind of normal. Well, it's not really an urge to cross-dress for me. It's more kind of a, I don't know. I think some gay people have this thing where subconsciously they want attention because they've been oppressed for so many years, and some of them have a very artistic side and a kind of performance-orientated side, and the two kind of just combine. And on the gay scene, drag queens are kind of very idolised, and every 5 minutes, oh, you're great, you're brilliant, blah blah blah. And I think subconsciously that's why people do it.
But she does not know me, and she's just come in here, marched in a golden gown, and fucking ousted me out, and it's not fair. It's not fair. I don't get it. You lot have made a damn well good decision. I hope you're pleased with yourselves. Let me out.
How did you first feel when you dressed in women's clothes?
I thought it was deadly. I was like, oh, this will be brilliant, I'll be fantastic, I'll get up on stage and I'll do this and everyone will be looking at me and blah blah blah, and it was just a bit of fun.
And how did you first get into actually becoming a drag artist?
I saw Vade and Davina one night and I was like, wow, I want to do that. So I just kind of set about doing it myself.
Okay, and how did you go about doing that? Like, did you?
Bought the makeup, bought the clothes, bought the hair. Asked a few people if I could do shows and just kind of fell about from there. Then Panty had a competition for her performing assistant and I entered that, and somehow I managed to get into the show myself and it just kind of stumbled from there.
Can you tell me a bit about your very first performance?
Oh god, I think it was when I was about 16. I go to a youth group called the Belong to Youth Project, and they have parties every now and again for underage people. They call them bops, and I think that was my first performance. God, looking back at pictures, it was awful.
And how did you feel?
I thought I was brilliant, but looking back on pictures, I'm like, God, I can't believe I walked out like that.
And were you ever worried about what other people thought about you?
Not really. I don't really worry about what people think of me. Just sometimes if I'm walking down the street or something and say I have the red nails on, then I just kind of be walking on and subconsciously be thinking, just better hide these, so I just kind of clench my hands into a fist so no one would see them. But it's not really that I care what anyone thinks, just I don't really want any trouble. So I kind of go around my own business. Both my parents took it for, my dad's a typical dad, he doesn't really talk about it, but my mum, she's no problems with it. Well, she has problems with it, but she doesn't really voice it, so.
Can you let me out? I'm too angry to talk. I want to smash someone's head in. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her? I can feel the venom pouring out of me as I breathe.
And if somebody wanted to become a drag artist, what advice would you give them?
If you can, just talk to some drag queens maybe and just see how they find it, see if they can give you any tips or any advice.
Okay.
Or even the internet again as well, on YouTube. I watch a whole load of YouTube videos, that's how I predominantly learned how to do my makeup. You can find all these tutorials for makeup and I just kind of watch them do it and then taught myself how to do it.
Have you had any kind of one amazing experience that you'd like to share?
I don't think one amazing experience. I think every week is just kind of a different thing. Every week is just kind of amazing in itself. I love just kind of looking in the mirror and every week just thinking, what am I going to do this week? What am I going to wear? What am I going to do with my face? What eyes am I going to wear? And like, I'm very lucky as well that I have a weekly gig, and some people I'm only 18 and some people have been doing it for 5 years and not a lot to their name, like.
Excellent. Finally, do you have any one bit of advice that you would give to anybody watching?
Go for it, but don't go for it with a chip in your shoulder. Because there's quite a lot of people that have gone for it with a chip in their shoulder and they're not around. And if they are still around, they're not very liked. Okay. So just be confident, but don't be overconfident.
I hate her, I tell you now. I'm going to find it very difficult to be pleasant to it for the rest of this week, I'm afraid. Very difficult.
Bye, SpunOut.